King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard are, in fact, back with a brand new song that I've not even had the time to check the name of. It's called Grow Wings and Fly. I was just having a nice chill morning, eating a bit of toast, playing some video games, thinking, God, there's not really been a whole lot I wanna listen to today. I'll listen through the Sleep Token album. Maybe we'll start working on that review. And I just flick through my phone, and what do I see? King Gizz are like posting something interesting about a new music video. Click on it. It's actively premiering as I checked, so I had to immediately jump on. I missed the premiere by about 7 whole minutes, but I'm well up for this because I have been really, really feeling the King Gizz recently. I introduced my girlfriend to them. Well, I'm sure I didn't introduce them to her, but you know what I mean? I made them more prevalent to her recently with their more recent releases because Dead Stick is an utter banger. That song is great. The video is great. It's got fantastic attitude. The brass section additions to King Gizz. It turns out that's the only way you can make the formula more interesting, and I love it. Then Phantom Island is also great. I didn't make a video about that one. I heard it afterwards, but also a great song. I don't know, it's interesting. For a band that's made like 28 albums over the last like 15 years or something like that, it's amazing that it still feels like they're finding ways to innovate their sound. And I've been really feeling the last couple of albums worth, like Flight 71, I forget what it's called, B, that one, the last album. It was really, really great. There's a couple of really fantastic songs on that one, Le Risque being one, and Field of Vision. It's a really good album. It's kind of got this kind of throwback, old school classic rock feel to it, kind of Queen inspired in places. I really, really liked it. It's just oozing with attitude. We're watching a lot of footage of them playing live recently as well, because their set lists are just so eclectic. If you want to see, because their catalogue of songs is so massive, and they change it like almost nightly, which is also really, really cool. So feeling the King Gizz at the moment, excited for Phantom Island as an album, so had to drop everything, chuck on the old Scully Wobble t-shirt, and get looking to see Grow Wings and Fly. Let's have a listen.
Let's get real high.
It's almost reminding me a little bit of video-wise of Bog Body already. I'm assuming this is what this is, because actually, again, the song Dead Stick, it's presented in a really, really like fun, upbeat manner, but the lyrics are dark. It is literally about it being in a plane crash and the misery that is attached to that, and I'm going to assume Phantom Island has got some aspect of that in it too, so this kind of let's all get high, grow wings and fly. It's an interesting thing while you're seeing what looks like a corpse being wheeled away. Also interesting to see him sing a little bit more. I think this is Stu, I actually can't tell, but it's interesting to hear them sing a little bit softer than normal. Oh! Okay, I've already got a lot to say to start with. Having panned down past his ears, it now looks like maybe he's some sort of scary merman type character, or like a kind of beached whale or something. But I really love the way that as that picked up, that symphonic, the string part kicked in. I know there's string part in Phantom Island, but I don't think there's any strings in Dead Stick. It's really nice for this song. It kind of adds a layer of kind of emotion to it. I don't know, it's quite interesting because they often have quite adult themes when it comes to just all of their stuff. I mean, the entire album, Fishing for Fishies and Mars for Rich, are both kind of about, Infest the Rat's Nest, they're both kind of about the environment and what we're doing to it. I feel like there's kind of a running theme for them, so I guess that's maybe where they're going to go lyrically with this. We'll have to see.
I wanna drink from the beehive. I wanna jump from the tide fire, like I'm off into a fire. I'm gonna burn up on the pyre. Well, it's love at first sight.
I'm going to be proving myself to be not a great King Gizz fan, because that's the keyboard player, right? The Hello Evil Knievel guy, whose name I actually don't remember, but I don't know, just the little shots of them all looking down, like affectionately, like, it's okay, you're going to be all right, little buddy. It's so deadpan and its ridiculousness. I love it.
Moonstruck on this night, sing a swan song on the lyre, and fly away one last time.
Nice. Just listen to that bass. soared. Did you hear how after that, yeah, it just flew all the way up. The bass player often looks like he's the one concentrating the most on stage. He just looks kind of nervous a lot of the time, but freaking hell. Just anytime you close your eyes and analyze any particular part of, well, not just this song, but any King Gizz song, you're just like, God, every single person in this band deserves to be the front man. It's crazy. Ew, I don't know if you noticed they animated the gills, they were like flapping. Their performances are so goddamn funny. Oh, nice. Is that like a clarinet, maybe a flute mixed in with that high violin there? Man, it's such a change that it makes to their sound to have this kind of stuff in there. It like blends in perfectly with the kind of tones they already use, but oh, it really elevates it.
When I first saw you lying there in wait with your raspberry smile, I seemed my duckling. Yes, you must love to use your wings, but it is I.
Man, there's such a complicated, nuanced, like, net web of sounds going on there. The guitars are all picking their own individual lines. The bass, actually, I think has calmed down just a little bit, because otherwise I think there might be too much going on. Mixed in with the very legato strings coming in there at the same time. It's simultaneously very smooth and relaxing, especially with his vocal delivery. Again, all of the vocals in this one so far have been quite smooth and kind of clear, apart from the occasional shout, but not too much. And mixed in with the drums are also quite soft, but then you've got this very, very picky, kind of like note intense stuff going on in the background. It does really do a good job of creating this quite ethereal, uplifting. I don't know. They're just very, very talented, aren't they? God, you can even hear, it makes me think of maybe a little bit like Wim Mertens or something. You can hear there's like, I think it's the sax and maybe something like a clarinet perhaps, but they're kind of doing like a low in the background just as it's starting to really ramp up. But again, I know I've already enabled the point, but the legato violins over the top really help smooth out what could otherwise be quite a kind of staccato based song. It's genius. And also this video is making me very happy. Every time I watch it and pause it for a second, I'm like, how in the good Lord do they manage to do that without laughing or getting water in their eyes, which I'm sure they did. You know, the little ink jet thing flying at him in the front. Just like, I can tell you anecdotally, as somebody who's done a bit of scuba diving in their life, that just lying on your back in not flat water and having it kind of wash over your eyes and shit is not fun. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's the origin story. My girlfriend and I have low-key decided he's our favorite of the vocalists. He's got such a weird voice. It's beautifully powerful, charismatic, but also soft when he wants it to. And this has given me very Fishing for Fishies vibes with the kind of double flute harmony thing going on in the background. And I think I can tell where this is going to go storyline-wise. I'm having such a good time with this video. Notice how the violins have stopped now and it's starting to build up, and especially with this vocalist, his voice does a really good kind of job of ramping it up and getting more and more to a kind of crescendo kind of feeling. It's not picking up, but I feel like everything's notes are getting shorter and it's starting to really ramp up in their energy. It's still got that quite sort of like soft, ethereal feel to it, but it's definitely ramping its way up. And also, I think I might have been wrong, and maybe I just didn't recognize him with all the makeup on. I think maybe that was Stu who was the merman, and this guy is now his like friend who's his fisherman buddy, and he maybe, I don't know, I can't say whether he's about to get to turn into the marine person or whether or not he's about to fish up the marine person. Yes, that's what we love him. He does gutturals very well. Ooh. I always love it when that's how you introduce a guitar, so you just get that little, just before, like a kind of half a bar before the actual thing starts. You just get a kind of warm up note with that like thicker, grittier, more gain heavy sound. It's such a nice way to transition out of it, because it's such a thick sound in the song anyway that it doesn't feel out of place. It's just they've replaced some of the orchestral stuff with this guitar solo, which I'm very hyped for. Slow down. Here's where the bass sings out again. Oh no! Oh, this is so tragic. Yes, I guess that was Stu there in the costume the whole time. And there's his like dead merman body. Or not? Oh. Is Gizzard gonna stop? Well, that was a journey. Oh, I love that. I loved every part of that, just from front to back, the way the instrumentation came in and out. I think that was closer to Phantom Island than Dead Stick when it came to just how crazy the orchestral stuff was. It was very, very core the whole way through. Just the way that the violins kind of ease in and out depending on the section of the song. And then you've got the like staccato stuff with the brass section in the background that's mirroring the like more picky guitar stuff that's going on at the same time. The vocal performances were much softer than normal, which is really nice. I really appreciated the more soulful feel behind it all, but then you still got the keyboard player getting his few little screams in there, and they're just so oozing with character, those little moments there, which are fantastic. The bassist just flying up and down wherever is appropriate, but they're not, like, again, I think a good way of putting it with King Gizz is that they're all very, very good at writing for the song. They're all obviously extraordinarily talented musicians, and if they were all firing at all cylinders at all times, it would be a cacophony, it'd be too much. So they just write for the song when it's this ebb and flow where things get passed off. It's got this kind of like old school blues feel to it, and I know that they've described the more recent this album specifically is having kind of more of a blues influence with the brass section and so on and so forth, but I do think that's actually something that carries through a lot of their music, is this feeling of kind of people taking it in turns to come in and solo and really show off their craft and their style, and then they kind of bleed back into the soundscape and they let somebody else do it. It's the same way they've got like 3 lead vocalists, 2 lead guitarists, you know what I mean? I'm glad to say I think they've got 1 drummer now. No offense to the other drummer, but it really didn't feel like it was adding anything other than a visual to it. But no, just the competency and not even the consciousness, the masterfulness of the songwriting there is just, it's all on display now. It just really feels like this is them not peaking, because I'm sure there's higher places to go, but they've really exploded with this like perfect sound at the moment that they've just been developing for such a long time. And again, freaking Flight B whatever the fuck came out like 8 months ago. Like, how is this? And they've been touring. They've been posting live videos like once a goddamn week. How are they finding times to bring in a whole orchestra and write this like brutally complicated part that ebbs and flows and interacts with all of the different instruments and the different singers, and then can like visualize a music video like that. And I haven't even touched on the music video, which was awesome, by the way. Simultaneously kind of wholesome and cheeky and funny. It kind of hits every emotional mark that King Gizz as an entity do. They're these Australian cheeky chappies and everything's a bit silly, and you know the shots where they were looking down lovingly at him in the thing when he's getting taken away, it was hilarious. And when he gets inked in the water, it's all very good. But then you've still got this kind of like sad soulful moment with the fisherman and his dead buddy and all of that, you know what I mean? The ending is just him, well, what, being beached and suffocating, and then he has a force ghost to wave goodbye. Like, just to visualize that is impressive. And then like admittedly the only one who had a really like complicated makeup on was Stu, so much that I didn't recognize it was him. But still, like, it was very well shot and well edited and put together and well thought out. Just everything is just, man, they're so good. They're so good. King Gizz, please come play in England again. I would give at least half a kidney, probably a whole kidney, to come and see you guys. That was awesome. Anyway, whew, rant over. It's been like 20 minutes of just solid, like, I gotta make a video. This song is awesome. So I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know in the comments, what did you guys think? What do you think of the progression? What is your favorite King Gizz album? I've said this every time I've made a video covering them. So far, nothing has beaten Infest the Rat's Nest for me, but I do love a bit of thrash metal. But I'm not gonna lie, Phantom Island is making a strong, compelling case that it might overtake it on that one. So let me know, and also let me know what your favorite of the singles of the most recent one of Phantom Island are. What's your favorite of those? I think Dead Stick is still clinching it for me. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Instagram. I think it's Renz Music, if you wouldn't mind. Like, share, subscribe, all that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.